The next thing I want to talk about is the new feature in which we allow the export of the COMOSYS model to the IDEA StatiCa connection design software. Now, as you know, COMOSYS already has design capabilities in with certain macros. But in order to generalize it, in order to make it available for any kind of a connection, what we have done is we have created this export to the commonly used software, IDEA StatiCa. And to do that, we start off by going to the File menu, and under the Import Export tab, and under the Export option, if you go right at the bottom, we see the Launch IDEA StatiCa checkbot. And when we click on that, immediately this checkbot is launched. Now, once the checkbot has been launched, you can choose your design code and your project type over here. The name is automatically given by using the name from the COMOSYS model file, which is open at that time. Now you just press the Create Project button over here. Let's do that. And we have the project created. Now, if you look at the top left over here, you have these two options called bulk and one. And the meaning is that one basically means it's a kind of a detail, which means things like base plates, for example, when there is only one primary main member, and the rest is just part of the connection. Or a bulk would be it's a classical connection with at least two or more incoming profiles, and the rest is the plates and the bolts. So let's press the bulk button over here. When we do that, this thing comes up saying awaiting user selection in COMOSYS. So if we go to the COMOSYS program right now, it's basically waiting for us to select from the screen. So I'm just going to go like that and select all the members and the parts which are in the connection, and just leave it like that, and right click. Now, when I do that in the checkbot, the initial connection is created. It's given a name over here, and you can keep importing more connections into the checkbot from the same model. But at the moment, we've just imported one of them. And if I were to press this C204, which is the name given to this connection, it will take me to that connection. So I have the C204 connection over here. If I press open, it will open the IDEA StatiCa software and take us there. Once you're here, it will give you certain warnings, which you can see. So maybe you need to go back and modify certain things. But over here, it allows you also to move your connection around and see it. And once you're happy with the connection, if you're happy with the final configuration, you can go ahead and use IDEA StatiCa as you would normally do. Now, the reason it was giving me these clashes and warnings was because I had forgot. If you see, this beam is penetrating into the column, and the reason why that happened is because if I go back to COMOSYS, when I was selecting these members like that, I had forgotten to turn on the cuts, and the cuts need to be selected as well. So don't forget that. You need to select all the members in the connection for the export to work properly. But if you do that, you will not have any such issues, and you will get your connection, which you can then continue working with. Now, the next time you launch the checkbot, let's say after a couple of days that you have another connection or some other time, it won't ask you for the project details because the project has already been created. You have one connection inside it. Let's say you want to add another connection to this project. You will once again choose one of these, bulk or one. Let's choose one this time. and it says awaiting user selection from COMOSYS. So we move to the COMOSYS side. Let's say we have this base plate to analyze. We just make the selection. Just make sure you can select easily at this point and right click. And when you do that, it will take you back to your checkpot. Once inside the checkpot, you will see that you now have two connections in the checkpot. This was the one you created earlier. This is the new one, and you've got them both listed over here. Just once you select the one you want, you can press open, and it will open the IDEA StatiCa software for you. This time, as you can see, there are no warnings because we imported everything correctly. You've got all your plates, your welds, your column. So the base plate is ready for you to now start working with. So this is a very nice new feature. Let's say you create your own custom connection. It's very complicated and you want to analyze it. Just create the connection. It can be as complicated as this or even more. And just export it to IDEA StatiCa and get your results from there. So very, very useful. We hope you will use it a lot.